This segment of Panther Sports Talk is brought to you by Lincoln Savings Bank. At home in Iowa, at work for you.
Welcome inside the historic West Gym, where we're sitting down with Panther head wrestling coach Doug Schwab. Coach, we're in December. Let's talk about how the wrestling season's going, as you've had some opens and a couple duels under your belt already here.
I mean, a lot of progress. You know, obviously I'm seeing growth, and that's probably what's most important to me. Definitely guys, you can see them getting better week to week. You know, we kind of talked about after Virginia Tech as what's going to be our response. You know, how are we going to kind of grow from this? And I've seen growth, and to me that's what's most important. You know, there's some things that we've been keen on being able to do, and guys are responding to it. And you know, you can see a difference in the results, but more than anything, just kind of seeing that, hey man, the guys are starting to believe. You know, like I told them after this tournament, man, I can't believe for you. You know, we believe in you, and we believe in what you're capable of doing, and we're going to have you prepared, but it comes down to you believing when you step out there, and you're still slowly starting to see that start to happen a little bit more and more, and guys are getting some good wins. I definitely like, you know, as far as where we're trending, where we're moving as a team, it's definitely a positive direction. So good for me, and now we just want to continue to move in that direction.
A lot of young talent on this team getting their first experience wearing that Panther singlet in your lineup in the duels. Talk about some of those new faces that maybe Panther fans haven't seen in person, that they should come out and watch a duel here in the upcoming future.
We have a good mix. You know, we have some older senior leadership too, but these young guys, they don't have to act like young guys. And what I mean by that is that you can have an impact right now. You don't have, it's not like you have to wait till I'm a junior or senior to be like, you know, this is my team, or hey, I'm going to make my presence known. You can make your presence known, you know, right now. And I feel like we have some guys that are doing that in how they're training, how they're living, how they're competing, how they're holding themselves. You know, a name that's going to keep coming up is a guy like Taylor Lujan.
Yeah.
You know, just in how he competes, and I don't think anybody ever wants to really take their eyes off him just because of, you're not sure what he's going to do or what's going to happen, but there's points being put on the scoreboard, and you know, he was able to beat a top 10 guy this weekend, a guy that's a senior and has had a lot of success, you know, and he was able to really handle that guy, at least first period wise, and then kind of backed off. But you know, those are teaching points for us as a coaches, and that, hey man, look at how good you really are. A guy like Max Thompson, and I'm talking about, you know, those two guys happen to win the tournament, but the things that they're doing, the adjustments they're starting to make, the things that we've been working on, just being able for Max to be able to relax and not just kind of, you know, because he likes to just kind of pound away, and there's a time for that, but then there's a time where you have to be able to make adjustments when the pound isn't quite working. Hey, we got to be able to use some of our wrestling skill and ability too, and he's been able to find a pretty good balance in being able to do that, and in both those guys winning that tournament. A guy like Drew Foster is a guy too that he's growing a ton. You know, he came in as a 65 pounder, and now he's an 84 pounder, and the way he's wrestling, he's still wrestling like a little guy, which is fun to see. I know he lost a match this weekend, but he was winning that whole match. Got into a position where the guy tried to really get to him the whole time. He tried to get to his body the whole time, and we ended up getting pinned in the finals. But the things that you saw before that, it's like, oh man, you know, this guy, he's not far off. And I think that's the thing you're asking about these young guys. They're not far off from being the best guys in the country. They just don't know it yet.
That mental confidence is so important, but you're facing the toughest schedule. Talk about just that growth that you hope to see, that jump here in the month of December as you get ready for a busy January.
I think guys got to understand that this is all practice. You know, I mean, if we take it that way and we're kind of able to loosen up and be a little bit fearless when we compete, then our results are going to be better, and it's going to be a lot of pressure let off us too. You know, I think the more that we can have these guys prepared and the way that they feel the most prepared when they step out there, that's our job as coaches. I get upset, and I told them I get upset because, man, you guys you're so dang good. You know, I mean, you just don't quite know it yet. You don't have to beat somebody to know you're good. Just like I said, I want to see how much growth we can have throughout the season.
We'll talk more with head coach Doug Schwab right after this.